What's up, y'all? Welcome to the On the Come Up podcast, where creative entrepreneurs share their come up journeys that turn their passions into success. I'm your host, Kimberly, so let's get started. What is up, guys? We are back with another episode. Today, we are back with Devon. Devon came all the way from Florida just to be on this podcast.
Yeah. It's been a while since I think the last time I was on. I think is it 2 years now? 3 years since the last time? Or when did you start?
I started 3 years ago. So if y'all go all the way back to the first season, Devon was on the first season when I had the old name and everything. If you know, you know. Devon is a photographer and a videographer. So welcome back.
Good to be back.
How have you been?
Oh, I'm lifing right now, living the life in South Florida, just lifing, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't really say much,
So give us a little recap on how you first stepped into photography.
So, damn, it's 8 years. It's going on 8 years now, which is so crazy to kind of say. I actually first started with video first. I started doing videography first. And then I got into photography when I moved to Virginia. And I took a lot of pictures of my friends. And another thing I did was I used Tinder to get clients as well, too.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. I would put, I'm a photographer, and if you want to take some photos. And I'm not going to lie, it worked for, a little bit. But... yeah, did that, and then took pictures of friends, still did my video stuff. Then COVID hit, so that slowed down for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure out a different way to kind of get more shoots, get more clients, because a lot of stuff I was doing was with athletes. And during that time, a lot of gyms were closed, and you had to, know somebody to know somebody. So I ended up going on Facebook. And there was a lot of different shoots on Facebook. So people that wanted graduations, people that wanted, Mother's Day stuff, Father's Day stuff. And so I reached out to people that were there. And then I ended up finding a client that she just opened up a hair salon. So I started working with her, take photos of the clients, before and afters. Then went back to school when everyone was able to go back. Finished up school there, started freelancing more. So I was going from Texas, going to, where else did I go? I went to Tennessee. I went to Jersey, back and forth between Jersey and Virginia. Then I got a job in Chicago. Worked in Chicago for a year for the Chicago Sky, which was that was a fun experience. And then I left Chicago in 2022 to go to Florida. That's her actually right now. That's my girl. Sorry guys about that. Florida. I moved in 2022 with my friends that live down there, and did photos for them who have a podcast out there. And I got a job out there working shooting cars. Worked for a dealership. Went to all their dealerships all through Florida. And we're here 8 years. We're still here. 8 years been in this business. Now I've been in Florida for now 4 years, which I think is the longest I've been in a spot. Minus, when you're growing up from Jersey and stuff. But this is now the longest I've been in Florida. This is the longest I've been in the state without moving or anything like that.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 4 years that you've been there already.
Yeah, 4 years. A lot has happened in those 4 years. I'll say that much. A lot. I've seen a lot. I've met a lot of people. Had different experiences, and it's just South Florida, honestly. It's like a movie in its own self.
Y'all are probably wondering how me and Devon even know each other.
Through Instagram.
Instagram, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we still had this debate. I think it was it was Instagram. I thought it was from somebody that I knew, and then and the next thing you know, I think you followed me, or I followed you. One of those two things.
I don't remember, but it was Instagram.
Yeah, and then I came out to Texas for work. Met up with her, took photos of her. We got food, and now we're here.
I always make I always make him take photos of me.
Yeah, I think every time every time we've met, it's always been like we hang out, we grab food, and then we get photos. It was like that when she came to see me in Virginia, and then we went to Charlotte. Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
Charlotte, and then when I came down here, then when she came to Florida.
I went to Chicago too.
Yeah, and Chicago. Oh, and Chicago. When she came to me in Chicago, we took photos there.
Yeah, you can find them all on my Instagram because they're still there.
Yeah.
What do you think has changed the most since our first interview?
Our first interview. When was that? When was our first interview? What year was that?
It was 2023.
2023.
And I think you were living what? Were you living in Florida?
Yes, I was in
okay.
Florida. 2023. Damn, so much has changed in 3 years. What can I say? Been in 2 relationships and one right now. The girl that y'all just heard, Natalie. I have met a couple of different celebrities through my photography. What else?
Well, you also you were working at the, like you just mentioned, the car dealership taking pictures.
I was working at the car dealership as their corporate photographer. I left them in October of last year to go full time with this.
So, what was the hardest part about leaving that security of a job to go freelance and do full time photography and videography?
I think I guess a little bit of the security was the hardest part, but honestly, like, shout out to them. Like, they were cool. It was a nice, like, a little environment for me to be in for the beginning. I had a little bit more of a leniency on a couple things, and I met my coworker who was like now like my best friend. So him and I still keep in contact. So that's like the one thing as well. So I got to travel for I got to travel. I mean, I got to come to Texas. I was in Tampa a lot. I was in Illinois. I was in Missouri. I was just in Arizona. It was cool. Like I got to go shoot cars, and it wasn't like luxury cars, but it was like still the name brand cars. But I got to have fun with it. But I think the probably the only thing was just the security. But I was already kind of mentally checked out, ready to go, because just other things started trickling down, and I was just. Me and my coworker had conversations all the time. I was ready to go. At that point. So, leaving it wasn't like super scary. It didn't really hit me that I'm like doing this on my own until I think month 2 was when it was like, oh shoot, like this is really like I need to do this. Like I need to get on it, you know. So now it's like a lot of time, a lot of hours where I'm up till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Trying to work on an edit for my own self now, or whether it's edit for a client, learning how I can get better as not just a photographer and a videographer, but also the business side of this, because I'm still learning. You know, I thought all last year I was learning. I was like, oh yeah, I'm learning this like on my free time. Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the nah. There's still a lot I have to learn. And now with AI, like I have to also learn that as well too. So basically, I'm having to reteach a lot of things and learning the business side. So now I'm trying to look for mentors and ask questions to a lot of people that I'm around and stuff. But yeah, that was really like the only thing, honestly.
Well, how do you find your clients and keep that business coming in now?
A lot of times it's word of mouth. The other times I'm on the thread a lot.
Threads?
Yeah, I'm on thread. I'm on thread a lot. I'm also on Facebook a lot as well too. I put myself into different Facebook groups, and I shoot my shot into everything. So weddings that are not even in Florida, weddings that are in Minnesota, weddings that are in like Tennessee, weddings that are in freaking Italy. I'll like put myself out there. That's kind of how I usually do it. And a lot of times it's whenever I'm at an event already for somebody, I'll meet somebody that's there, have a conversation, talk to them, and we'll create that connection through there. So that's a lot of times where I do get my clients. Now there's like other ways I know I can probably do it, you know, going to probably like doing more cold calls, but that's stuff I'm still trying to learn.
Do you go to networking events out there?
I do. There's some networking events are cool. Um, I think I went to one with one of my homies, and it was cool. Like I met some people there that I try to talk to them to do some content, but it's like a hit or miss. A lot of times it's just events that I go to, whether it's a networking event or whether it's an event that one of my friends is at, and I just either I'll wear this shirt, or I will just have conversation, with people and stuff, and just shoot my shot and just see what happens.
So basically, putting yourself out there.
Yeah, and I have a lot of content too that I haven't posted. Like I think, and I had this conversation with my girl. I could probably produce, if I really sat down for a whole week and edit everything, or I'll give myself 2 weeks, edit everything that I have not touched, or like I halfway touched and didn't fully finish. I can probably have maybe like 6 months worth of pieces of content, and that could be just like a full like 1 minute video. It could be a 10-second video. It can be a 30-second video, 20-second. I can probably put out like 6 months, and that's from different things I've done. I went to Spain last year, so I have like a whole like 2 weeks or like a week and a half of content from there, and I only dropped like one video, and I can still put out like photos and videos from there for whether it's like me and my dad talking to each other, my sister who like she's a model in her own freaking sense, and then the travel stuff I've done with my girl or my friends. I went to Nashville last year. I never posted anything from Nashville. I never posted photos. I never posted any videos, anything from Nashville. So I have that. So there's, like I said, there's like stuff like that. So being consistent, I think that's a new thing, or not new thing, but that's the thing now, being consistent. That's also why I made a second page as well too. So to show a little bit about me.
By putting yourself out there, what has been the biggest project you landed?
Oh, the biggest projects I think I've landed. There's a couple. I think some big projects I've landed. There's an event that happens every year in Miami. It's called 305 Day. I worked on that project. So it's what it is. It's just the culture of Miami. Everybody comes together and like just shows it off, showcase it. They're proud of, being from 305. Yeah. As my girl said, 305 till I die, with that thing she says. And so I got to work on that project, and like I went all out. I rented out a new camera and I was there the whole day. So I recorded like a couple shows, and then DJ Laz, who's like super popular, well known down there, and like who also has worked with like Pitbull and stuff. I was on stage with him, so I got to shoot that project. And I got to meet a lot of people from there, and even just being in that environment was cool. What have I done? I got to shoot one of the playoff series for the Heat, I think 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I shot the playoff series for that, which was super dope. Then,
what has been your favorite, you'd say?
There's so many. Damn, there's so many that I have. I think one of my favorite projects, which was also a learning experience for me, was I got to shoot my friend, or a client of mine, his boxing journey. So he had a fight coming up in like a month and a half. So I got to kind of shoot that whole thing. So I was there with him for every week, shooting, I think it was like twice or 3 times a week. So creating like a whole long YouTube videos throughout the whole week, and just going through that whole process from, training camp to fight night. So I think that was one of my favorite projects, because I got to learn from it as well too, working with somebody as their own personal content guy. So learning from them, like what he likes, and then also, putting my own spin to it, So that was one of my favorite projects I think I worked on. And then even doing something like this where I'm here now in Texas working with one of my boys, Lavelle, who just came back from playing overseas, and working on this project with him. you know, be with him for the whole week and just, you know, shooting his life, you know, going from, you know, practicing, doing his workouts, like, and basically just being with him the whole time. How I've seen like some other videographers and photographers be with athletes, like I got to do this with him. When something for him and I, this was like long overdue. So this was probably one of my fun ones as well too. And then like I've had other ones, you know, 305 day shooting stuff for the Heat, doing stuff for Miami Pro League, which is coming up soon, literally when I get back. So,
do you have a dream project that you would like to land?
Oh yeah, dream projects honestly would be to. I don't have like a certain person, or I think just being able to work with somebody as their own personal photographer and videographer. So whether they're traveling all throughout the United States or they're traveling, you know, to Europe, you know, those would be like fun projects to do with somebody, you know, or even just having the chance to work with a brand that I can show my talents and I can bring people on that I know would be good, whether it's, you know, a model or whether it's just my own friends, make it more authentic, and just having a brand like put that trust into me to create the vision and put my own feel to it and give me that and have that trust into me to do it. So I think those are just like projects I would love to try to get on.
Yeah. If you could go back and give the version of yourself from our first interview one piece of advice, what would it be?
Damn. I think the one piece I would say is to have faith that everything will work out. There's another thing I would say is something that my dad always tells me is not everybody's path is the same. Don't worry about what this person's doing. Don't worry about what that person's doing, because their path is different. God made their paths a little bit different than yours. Keep the faith. Know that the man upstairs is going to take care of you. Know that if you have faith that he will take care of you, that he will show you the path that you're supposed to be on. So I think that's the thing that I would tell myself from the first time I was on here. I think that's something I would say, you know. And then just another thing I would probably say to myself is trust the process. You know, there's going to be headaches. There's going to be a lot of nights where you're going to feel like it's not working. You're going to be stressed out, but it will all work out in the end. And the people around you are going to be the ones that are going to also make sure that you are good mentally as well.
I love that. What do you think that you've learned since, because it's been how long since you've been doing it by yourself? Like,
I think it's month 7.
Month 7 months?
Yeah, it's been 7 months now. Yeah.
What do you think you've learned?
You gotta be on it. Like this is your livelihood. You gotta be on it. You know, you can be lazy if you want to reset your mind, because there's a lot of time where, and I think my girl could probably testify that as well too, where I am just go. I am working my butt off. I'm not really sleeping, and you need to have time to chill, to kind of reset your mind. But that, and it's just, as I just said, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. This is your livelihood, so you gotta go out and do it. If you don't try to network yourself, you don't try to produce something, you know, you don't try to put yourself out there, then you're not gonna make no money. You're not gonna live, you know. So, and unfortunately, not everybody's gonna be overnight success, you know. Maybe you'll have some people that are going to be that. Maybe you have somebody that will be that. But I think that's one of the things I've learned, is that this is my livelihood. I have to be on this. Like it's not no 9 to 5 now. It is 24/7. It is. I gotta wake up. I gotta do my routine. Go to the gym. Call my mom. You know, have time to just chill and then get to it. You know, make my cold calls, send my messages out to those that I'm already working with, send my messages out to them, go ahead and start coming up with ideas to produce something. So it's a lot. That's one thing I would say. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a freaking battle, mental battle I have all the time. I'll say that much. It's a mental battle.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that. I'm currently in the position where it's like I can't let go of the 9 to 5 yet, but that's all I think about.
I think if I was to go back, right, I think I wouldn't mind the 9 because there's this thing of everyone saying, you know, quit your 9 to 5, do this or that. That's cool. Like you can. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I give people so much credit if you can do that. You know, I think with me is I had that mindset before. I think now I wouldn't mind the 9 to 5 for a certain time frame. Do the 9 to 5, stack the bread, learn as I'm doing my 9 to 5, and then when my side hustle, my hobby, my side starts to make the money that I'm making from my 9 to 5, or even more than my 9 to 5, okay, now I can start having that decision with myself, that conversation with myself to kind of be like, all right, I think it's time to leave it and focus more on this now because I'm making the money that I'm already making working. So I think it's time for me to now do this. I think that's what I would do now. You know, even though yes, like the 9 to 5, cool, it's the security blanket, but I think if you have it to fund it, what you're doing, I would say do that. Like, keep it until what you're making from here is what's gonna
Replace it.
Yeah. So
it's hard, like especially with that. Like you have to be patient, and sometimes I don't have that patience.
I mean, was it you are what? Are you at the city?
The county.
You're at the county. I mean, don't county workers get benefits, like some good benefits?
Yeah.
Shoot, girl, I say keep the county. Shoot, that's what I had my girl. My girl worked for the city. I said, yo, keep them city benefits. My dad worked for the city all his life as a fire captain. Why I think my mom married. My mom. That's a running joke. That's a running joke that we have in my family. My dad my mom married my dad because he works for the city, so get the city benefits.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, no, I would. Yeah, I mean I would actually more so do this so then you can have somebody work this. You come and do your thing, and then you have people working here and stuff. Because this is already a dope setup that you have already as is.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's where it's like, do I get help or do I find a flexible job? You know, so I'm like in the middle right now.
Yeah, I think like I would, weigh the options out. But I think if you can get help, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have help because I'm also another thing. What am I learning from this? I can't do this ish by myself. I cannot do this by myself. The business side of things, like I'm still learning, but there's people that I know that can probably help me a lot more if I put them on as on my team. But I mean, I don't got the bread for it to try to pay somebody, just do it out of their free will and stuff. I'm happy that my girl does help me a lot, and then she puts me with the people to kind of like also help me as well too. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, you can't do this by yourself. You need to have a team. I'm learning that I need to have a team. I need to have somebody help me with my social media because I still suck at social media. That's why I made the second page, so I can have a page where like I can post whatever. Honestly, I can post funny stuff. I can post my as my girl says, my light skin. Can I curse on you?
Yeah.
Oh, my light. Yeah, I have to make sure my light skin nigga. Thirst traps. And just like funny stuff on my second page now, where I have like which is cool because then I can just post whatever on there, and then have my main focus be my main page.
Yeah.
And have that, and then like also take what I make from TikTok, put it onto the second page, so like it helps, but still, it's good to have a team. I would say that much. It is good to have a freaking team.
I'm learning that myself too. I had to recruit my dad sometimes. I was like, come help me.
My girl helps me. She does like my behind the scenes stuff. So she'll, like, if I have a shoot, I'll have her as my assistant, and she'll shoot like BTS So then I can use it I can post the content I'm shooting. Plus, I can also post like the BTS of me shooting the content, which is always another thing good to have. So,
yeah, BTS especially. So, what is next for you?
What is next? Let's see. What is next? I think the next thing for me would be I'm still looking to get somebody on retainer. I'm looking to buy a new camera. A lot of my pricing that I have now is going to probably change towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The pricing I have now is going to be a lot different. So I'm trying to lock in with people that, they're going to pay. Because that's the main thing. So I'm locking in with people that are going to pay. And honestly, I'm trying to grow my socials both on my business side, my business page, and also my personal page as well too. Get more active on the social media aspect. So trying to also do some UGC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be healthy as well too. Be healthy and just go with life knowing that, the man upstairs got me. So not trying to stress so much, because you need that health. That's probably the new things that I'm hoping for. We're not going to hope for, I'm going to say it's in existence. That I know are going to happen. Mm-hmm. So,
I love that. So we're going to play a little this or that.
Oh, Lord. Jesus. All right.
Natural light or studio light?
Ooh. I think natural light. I shoot so much more natural light than studios. Studios super rare.
Yeah. Photo shoot or video shoot?
It depends on what I'm shooting. Video.
Video?
Yeah, video.
Sony or a Canon?
Oh gosh, you know what? Canon. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Canon because I was about to say Sony. I'm like looking into a Sony camera as my second one for video because I've shot on a couple Sonys and I love how it looks. Also, I've shot on a couple Canons, not like newer ones like the Canon C50. I shot on that, and I'm also about to shoot on a different Canon as well too for like a rental. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with Canon because that's the one I have.
Editing photos or videos?
What was it?
Editing photos or editing videos?
I think editing photos because I can put music on and then just like be in the zone and like get those done faster. Video is like I gotta like fully be locked in, but I think I have a lot more fun doing that. But photos, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, Devon, thank you so much for coming back on here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. It's been a good wrap.
Yeah, even I was supposed to come on yesterday, but that's that's a whole thing in itself. But yeah, I had to like come out here and tap in for a little bit.
That's okay. I'm glad we made it happen. So until next time, let everybody know where they can find you.
Okay, so y'all can find me on my platform one, which is on Instagram, DJ Visuals Productions. You got this thing right here. I don't know if I can show it. Yeah, it's right here. DJ Visuals Productions. I got the QR code also on the back. I gotta show you it. Then you can also find me on my other page, which is I don't even know what my other page is. It's so new.
I know you have like 40 followers on there.
I know. You can follow me on a day with Devon J. Yeah, a day with Devon J. That's what it is.
That's personal.
That's my personal. That's pretty much those two. And then TikTok is like it's like DJ the Kid 211, something like that. But those are the pages you can always find me on. Show some love. Send me a message and we'll get some work in.
All right, thank you guys, YouTube fam. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.